Hey everyone, welcome back. We're out in Skyhold today, and we are doing the Warrior Specialization Quest Way of the Champion. Now, if you haven't unlocked your Specialization Trainers just yet, there's a link in the video description. Click on that. It'll take you to a video that'll walk you through the whole process so you can get your trainers unlocked. Once you have them invited to Skyhold, what you want to do is come down here near your vendors. You can see over my left shoulder there, Bonnie Sims hanging out at her stall. I'll show you where we're at on the quest map. So we're right across from her stall, standing on this little staircase. Okay, we are going to walk up these stairs, walk up one more set of stairs, and we get to the top here. We're going to hang a left, tell that guard to stop resting, get back to work. There's no naps on the job. Guard and Skyhold, he should know that. We're going to head out here and we're going to find our three specialization trainers. One for the Reaver, one for the Templar, and the one we're looking for today is this guy who is our trainer for the champion specialization. Going to chat him up. Alright, so now we have the Way of the Champion quest. We're going to head to our journal, go to Current Quests, Inquisitor's Path, select Way of the Champion, and check out what we need. We need to acquire a book called Riding on Champion Methods. We need to duel 3 champions, and then we also need to pick up 10 Veridium. So we'll be back in just a sec and get started. Alright, let's get rocking. We need to go track down our Riding on Champion Methods. That's going to be located out here in Skyhold. Show you where we're at. We're down by the vendors, right near this fast travel point. And what we want to do is head inside the stables here, okay? So we're going to head over here, walk inside the barn, and go over to the table here. And on this box, there is our Way of the Champion book, Riding on Champion Methods. This is normally where Blackwall will be standing, depending on what conversations you may or may not have had with him at this point. However, if you haven't recruited Blackwall or chose not to, I'm going to show you where you can get the book from another location in just a sec. Alright, so if you did not recruit Blackwall, it said, hey Blackwall, hit the bricks, brother. We don't want you. But you still need to pick up this book. You can do so by heading out to Val Royeaux, okay? Once you port into Val Royeaux, you want to head over here to where the Schematic Vendor is. After you capture Skyhold, a new vendor shows up. This guy sells you codex entries that you have made some decision in the game that has prevented you from obtaining them. So when you sided with the mages over the Templars or the Templars over the mages, there were going to be codex entries in those zones, respectively, that you missed out on. And he's going to sell them all to you, including the book for Way of the Champion. So come up to this vendor here, right? Interact with him. Go over to the little book icon for other. And in this list, you will find that book that I picked up inside the barn out in Skyhold. That's going to be located here. So just another way to pick it up, just in case you didn't recruit Blackwall. We'll be on our way with the rest of the quest in just a sec. Alright, so we're back and we're going to go hunt down some Veridium. I'm going to show you 2 spots that you can find it. You should be able to find it in one or the other. But I'm going to show you 2. They're easy spots to get to, nothing too terrible. They're both quest-related spots, so as I've said in previous videos, I'm all about overlapping quests, getting content done at the same time. So the first spot is going to be out in Crestwood. And if you're saying, hey, MC, Crestwood, it's not on my map, I know not of such things, how do I get there? Well, when you first got to Skyhold, Veridium came up to you and said, hey, meet me up on the ramparts, I want to discuss something with you, introduce you to someone. I'm going to show you where he is going to be standing if you have not spoken to him yet. That way you don't have to hunt around and track him down. If you head out here, I'll show you the quest map here in just a sec. So you saw the path we took to get up here. Right, so here was the quest map. Where were we at? We were standing right in front of the tavern, and then we just went up this little staircase, okay, and headed up to the battlements. And Varric is going to be standing right down there. If you talk to him, he's going to introduce you to someone. You're going to get a quest called Find the Warden. Go back to your war room on the war table, Ferelden side of the map, just south of the Storm Coast. You're going to find a little pyramid icon. Find the Warden. It's going to have a little green rift thing over top of it. Choose that. That's going to take you out to Crestwood. I'll meet you out there in just a sec. Alright, so we're back. We're out in Crestwood, and we're going to hunt down our 10 Veridium. Where are we at right now? We are at 3 Trout Farm Camp. Where's this at in relation to everything else in the zone? Here is the keep. Here is the village of Crestwood, and what we're going to do is head up towards this cave in near Glenmorgan Mine. So you're going to find some Venatori up here, and when you get inside, there's a wyvern that you have to kill off for a quest that's out here. Once again, remember me saying I love to cross over with quests, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You got to take this guy out anyways for this quest, so why not double it up with your way of the champion for your hunting down Veridium. You can absolutely come in here and find your all of your Veridium in here. The other spot that I wanted to mention to you is out in the Emerald Graves. So this zone starts at level 12. Okay, when you come out to the Emerald Graves, if you head down to Watcher's Reach, you're going to get a quest called the Fallen Sister, which sends you over here to the Veridium Mine. Now, you would think the Veridium Mine would be rich in Veridium, and in fact, it really isn't. Once you get inside, after you kill the sister, you kind of come over to the right-hand side of the room that you're in that you killed her, and you find a key, and at the back of the room, there's a jail cell that you open up. Inside the jail cell, there are 3 or 4 Veridium nodes back there. If you're lucky with your looting, you'll get the 10 that you need from those in order to fulfill this quest. For me, I'm not always that lucky, so I don't like to use this as the spot I go to in order to finish off this quest. I like to just come out to the out to Crestwood and head up to that cave and do it that way. So I'm going to take you out there and show you where that's at. So we're going to head out of here and up over in this direction. Now, I've already killed off the wyvern and some of the Venatori, so they're not going to hold us up and make this video take any longer than it has to for you. So you're going to know you're near Glenmorgan Mine when you see these barricades set up, so you know you're going the right way when you see these. I'll pop out to the quest map just to show you the path we're taking. Right? So we're going to head up in here, and also there's an astrarium up here, so there's good stuff up in here that you want to come up in here for anyways, plus a landmark. So you're going to head around in this direction, okay, head up this little hill, and the first group of Venatori that you fight are going to be on top of this hill here, so just be aware they are around out here. I'm just going to run past this guy and not even bother fighting him. See if we can get into this cave without dealing with them. I really just want to show this to you and get it done as quick as possible. Right, so when you get in the cave, start searching around, and you may get lucky enough to find Veridium right here at the beginning. So there's 4. Keep hunting around. I usually don't get lucky enough to get multiple Veridium spawns in here, but we did this time, so there's a second one. And you can see I only got 1 with that, so if you only get 3 or 4, you may not be getting all of your spawns. However, when you get out in here, you are going to find a bunch of Veridium in this little area. So we'll grab this node here, and that finished off our quest, so we did get lucky there, but I want to show you where there's some other spawn points. So there's some over here. Alright, just keep pinging around. I'll find some more on this wall over here as well. Right, and some on this back wall here. And sometimes, if you're lucky, you will get some additional Veridium spawning up here. We'll go over here and check this out and see if there's any up here. There is. Grab that. So between all these nodes, you are going to get your 10 Veridium, but I want to show them all to you just because in everybody's game, things don't always spawn the exact same way. But, and it is in this little pond here that you fight the Wyvern and two of his little minions. So just be aware of that. If for some reason you really don't want to come out here and do it, and you want to go to a little higher level zone, you can totally go out to the Emerald Graves, as I said, and when you're doing the Fallen Sister quest, you come up in here and you're going to find 3 or 4 nodes inside a jail that's inside this room. You fight the Fallen Sister. And once again, if you're real lucky on your RNG for the number of pieces of Veridium that you get when you interact with a node, you may get all your 10 out here. So it's just a personal preference of mine that I really like to come out to Crestwood and do it out here because of the quest to kill this Wyvern that already exists. Plus, there are so many spawns in here that you're pretty much guaranteed to finish up your quest. So we will be back in just a sec and track down some champions. Alright, so we're back and we're going to hunt down some champions to duel. We're out in the Exalted Plains right now. So if you haven't unlocked the Exalted Plains yet, it's on the Orlais side of your map. It's called Investigate the Exalted Plains. It's a really easy little pyramid to find. You'll locate it. Come out here. If you've on a second playthrough maybe and you were a mage to begin with, if you had done the Rift Mage specialization, you're going to recognize these spawn points because they're identical to the ones that you had to go to in order to get your Venatory Tomes for the Rift Mage quest. But that's not what we're doing. We're doing the champions, so we'll get back to it. The first one is going to be located near the Dalish camp. Now, I've never been out to the Exalted Plains, MC. I have no idea where the hell the Dalish camp is. Well, alright. So, here is the Path of Flame camp. This is where you entered the zone. If you make your way out the Path of Flame camp and down in this direction, you're going to run into this river. Head up the river, and you're going to run across the Dalish camp. Now, in order to get this waypoint here, you want to talk to the Keeper in the Dalish camp, Keeper Hawen. And once you speak to him, he is going to offer you a quest. You want to help him out. When you say, I'll help you out, he's going to give you that little spawn point. It's always nice to have out here. But once you get that, just head out in this direction. You're pretty much going directly south. And head down here around this rock. And as you look down to your left, you're going to find your first group of guys that you're going to need to deal with. So there they are. I'll show you where we are on our map just so you can get a better vantage point. I know some people like to see the path. Other people like to actually see me take them there. So you've seen both, and I will be back in just a sec, and I'll show you some loot. We'll move on to our second one. Alright, so we're back. We've defeated our champion, and now he's walking around with the loot icon on him. I'm going to go ahead and loot him, and we find our Heraldic Symbol. There's the first one, and the second one is coming up in just a sec. Alright, we're back. We're continuing our hunt for Heraldic Symbols. The next champion you want to duel is actually located near Riverside Garrison. Where is that at? Here is, yeah, it's that far up. Path of Flame Camp. If you head north out of Path of Flame Camp and you make your way up towards this direction, you are going to find Riverside Garrison here. Closing a rift in the basement of Riverside Garrison and then blowing the war horn that's in here is what's going to give you the waypoint. You may also want to start at Riverwatch Camp. You can absolutely start there and get where we need to go. Where we're trying to get to is right here on the riverbank. And this is where our next champion that we want to duel is at. So use your best judgment, however you want to get there. Take your pick. But I will warn you that there is a rift that is hanging out right down in here. So you do not have to close the rift in order to get to this pack of enemies that you need to kill for this, or you need to duel in order to get your Heraldic Symbol. And this is one of those rifts that guarantees a Revenant spawn. So if you get to the point where you need to farm Revenant hearts for making runes, this is one that you may want to leave open so that you can reset it and farm it. So I just want to point that out. Absolutely don't have to deal with the rift if you don't want to in order to get to these these guys, but I did want to point it out just as an FYI or a bit of a caveat so you don't wind up walking into something that you were not prepared for. So, anyways, here we are outside Riverside Garrison. Going to head down here. The other thing you may find out here is just like random demons or undead floating around in this area, along with a few packs of wolves. So we may or may not run into them, but I want to mention them just in case. So we're just kind of hugging the riverbank here. This is how you avoid having to deal with the rift. Head out here, hop over this fence, and this rock ledge here. As soon as you top it, you will see your guys hanging out down at the bottom. So pop here, and there they are. So those are the guys we need to take care of, and we'll be back in just a sec and do some looting. Alright, so one more champion has been dueled and is standing around with the loot icon on him. We're going to go over here and loot him up. Pick his pocket, as you might say, and grab our next Heraldic Symbol. Got that, and we'll be back in just a sec with the third. Alright, we're back, and we're going to track down our third Heraldic Symbol. This one is going to be located near Fenn's Camp and Gilnahane's Grove. So where is that at? Here is Fenn's Camp. Here's Riverside Garrison, where we just were, okay? And here is Path of Flame Camp. So if you came out of Path of Flame Camp and made your way up in this direction, okay, you're going to run right into it. Nothing really standing in your way through here. There's a couple guys you need to fight out here before you exit Path of Flame Camp, but once you get out, there's absolutely ways to avoid the rift that's out here. A pack of 4 guys that stand near these houses out here, and then it's pretty much smooth sailing until you get up into here. When you get up to this point, you're going to be confronted with a rock wall that blocks this entrance. See that flag there just over my left shoulder? That is a war table operation that is called Unlocking Gilnahane's Grove. Once you unlock the grove, you're going to be they're going to remove all the rocks, and when you head inside here, you're going to fight 4 or 5 bad guys, and once they're dead, you're going to be able to open up this camp, and this camp is called Fenn's Camp. So now we're in here, we're near Fenn's Camp, and what you want to do is head up in that direction where you saw the blue marker. So, and once you head out of Fenn's Camp, you actually have like 2 options, okay? Your first option is going to be to head up to the left here, and this is where you want to go to find your next Heraldic Symbol, or you can go straight ahead, and straight ahead you're going to find a rift, and you don't have to deal with the rift if you don't want to in order to get this. So if you just want to skip it for right now, you can absolutely do that. You're going to head up through here, and in no time you're going to run into the next group of guys. So you can see them standing in the distance there. So I will kind of give you a more accurate map marker. They're right here. Sorry, I was guessing with the first one. That's where you're going to go to kill those guys off. I'm going to do a bit of battle and be back in just a sec with some loot, and then we'll head back to Skyhold. Alright, next champion has been dueled and is now kneeling in my magnificence. And we're going to go ahead and loot him, take his Heraldic Symbol, grab that, and we have our third one, and I will meet you back in Skyhold in just a sec. Alright, so we're back in Skyhold, and we need to construct our standard now that we've gathered all of our materials. What we need to do is go to the requisition table, which is located over here near the quartermaster, this fast travel point, and Cassandra. So, head over there, walk past Cassandra and her 2 best friends, the target dummies, Frick and Frack. How you doing, boys? Head inside this door. requisition table, champion standard. Go ahead and craft that. Once you have that crafted, pop out to your quest map, go down to this fast travel point, choose it down by your vendors, and we're going to go back and talk to old Lord Chansey. So head up these stairs again, the stairs we took in order to get him to begin with. Check and see if anybody's sleeping on the job again. Nope. It looks like the other guard took a coffee break. He's not even up here. We must have hurt his feelings. So we're going to pop in here, talk to Lord Chansey. A glow about me. It's not because I completed the standard. It's because I'm pregnant. That's why I have a glow about me. Anyways, so here's our option. Yes, let's make a champion. It says commit to the champion class specialization. All of the specializations cut off. What does that mean? That means once you make this decision, no matter what you do in the game, you'll never be able to specialize as a Reaver or a Templar. You can only choose one. Once you make this choice right here, that's it. You can't respec out of it. You can't do anything to change it. So make sure you've done your research and you've chosen, you've looked at all the options and you've definitely made the decision this is what you want to do. However, if that's the case, go ahead and choose yes, let's make me a champion. And your Way of the Champion quest gets completed, and you now have the champion specialization ability tree unlocked for you. And that's it. So I hope you found the video helpful. If you did, please like the video, please subscribe. And there's a bunch of other great content in the channel for you to check out. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to leave them underneath the video in the discussion section, or if you want to pop up to the channel and leave it in channel discussion, I make sure I get back to everyone who tries to contact me anytime they have questions. So thanks for watching. Take care.